Phil Gallo of Variety, and we're joined here by Kaki King, who's here in Austin promoting her fourth album, Dreaming of Revenge. A little bit of an ominous sort of title there.
It is.
And it's also kind of a new direction, or let's say you have an enhanced one element, sort of the songwriting, more of the full songs as opposed to your brilliant guitar playing. You care to talk about that, the direction?
Sure, yeah. Well, I had done 2 solo guitar records, and then I made a more kind of post-rock sounding record, which still had a lot of guitar on it, obviously. And then I wanted to re-challenge myself and go back and write a lot more guitar work. But then the producer I worked with, Malcolm Byrne, had this idea of, let's take what you're doing on this complicated level of guitar playing and simplify it by adding these very slow, simple melodies and layering those on the top. And that was sort of the theme of making the album. And that was very conducive melodically to songwriting. And so a lot of more kind of sort of deceptively simple pop songs came out of that process.
Interesting. At what point did you start to realize that you could do that as well, that writing a pop song was something, and singing?
Well, I think since day one, I think maybe in my first record there were songs that were a bit more linear and a bit odder, but I've always been a fan of the pop music form, of the 3.5 minutes, A, B sections, C, bridge in there somewhere, repeating motifs, all those things that we know that make up pop music. And so I feel like I've always written pop songs. And I think that that's probably why some of the certain instrumental music songs that I've done have been that people have really enjoyed and liked because they're somewhat memorable or catchy or whatnot. They're basically following the same form, just without words.
Yeah, because what was sort of interesting was initially when you arrived, it was about, look at how dexterous and melodic and complicated and wondrous this young acoustic guitarist is. Certainly there were people who would have been fans of a Leo Kaki or a John Fahey who were certainly drawn to you. Do you feel like you're traveling in 2 worlds at this time?
Yeah, I do, and I feel actually really good about it, because I feel that I think I had reached just a creative pause with acoustic guitar. When I was set to do my 3rd record, I thought, I don't know if I can really do another solo acoustic guitar and make it a solo acoustic guitar record and make it as interesting as the 2 ones before. So why don't I take a break, move off and try something new, try some different sounds, and then really like I said before, coming back into the process of writing this album. There's a lot of very challenging guitar work on it, and if I had done if I put out the demo version that I'd done of the new record, it would sound like one of my old records. It's just that the way that we produced it and changed things, it just ended up sounding the way it does. So in a way, I'm staying true to what I've always done and trying to even push myself forward and learning a lot of new tunings, a lot of new finger techniques even for myself. But at the same time, being able to write songs, and then, well, the other thing that's funny is I'm having to now sing on top of playing these really difficult guitar parts, so it's always a challenge.
Are you still playing solo acoustic, or do you got a band?
I have a band, and in the full show, I'm not sure that we'll be able to do this at South by Southwest, but in the full band show, when we do it on the road, because this is the beginning of our tour, I take a break in the middle and I do a solo guitar set, and so so it's like the best of both worlds. But I definitely have an amazing band, and we're rocking out, setting up, and it's almost weird because I kind of get to hold back. It's really cool because I just get to play the guitar part, and I played most of the instruments on the record, but now I just get to hold back and listen to everyone else play those parts and kind of critique myself, like, wow, they're playing that a lot better than I did, damn.
We heard some of your music in the film Into the Wild. Any thoughts of more film work, or?
I will be, I will be actually scoring a film called How I Got Lost by my friend Joe Leonard's directing it, and it's it's going to be an indie film, and sent to the festivals, but it will actually, having done a few things like the August Rush work as well, and Into the Wild soundtrack, and now knowing more about the process, I'll actually be, I feel intimidated, but prepared to score my first big film as opposed to the little horrible student films I scored in college.
Well, I thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Wonderful time. Thank you.